Attention! It is time to change the channel. Live from Philadelphia, it's Mr. Pritchard's Art Room!
Welcome back to the Art Room. I'm your host and teacher, Mr. Pritchard. What do we got going on today? Whoa! Where did this lion and dinosaur come from? That got kind of intense. What's that? We're doing something with animals today. Can we get the lion and the dinosaur off the screen? I'm a little nervous. Thank you. So it looks like we're doing something with animals today. I'm going to show some art examples, yet eventually we're going to do a piece of artwork based on maybe our favorite animal or just an animal that we like. Now, one of the things I want to do with this piece of artwork is also add texture to it. Can anyone tell me what texture means? Well, let's get the notebook up. Thank you. Texture, a noun. No, it's not a textbook. No, it's not a text message. I do not like text messages. I rather call. No, it's not Texas. Hey, here's a good definition. Thank you. The visual or tactile surface, characteristics, and appearance of something. I like that. Sometimes when I ask what's texture, someone might say, it's cold, it's hot. And I go, no, what's the feel? It's rough, it's smooth, a texture. So the animals we're doing might have different textures that we're going to add 3-dimension. Let's get some art supplies up here. So where are they at? Ring! There we go. So we got glue. Now the glue we can use to glue some of these things down, yet also kind of has a smooth texture. Maybe if we're drawing fish, we can add glue to it and it'll dry and it'll be kind of slick. We can use the glue with the glitter. Check. We can use some of these fake furs on the animals that we're making. We also have some cotton. Check. We can take the cotton and pull it apart and glue it down for different levels of softness. Maybe clouds that we're adding in the background. Also have some tissue paper up here. Can ball that up, or rip it, glue it down for different things. I like using tissue paper for trees I'm making, for like the leaves and the tree bark. You can ball it up and get that kind of grittiness to it. I also have glitter up here too, which is interesting. So we got a whole bunch of textures here we're going to use. So let me get this straight. We're going to be making a piece of artwork on an animal, like our favorite one or one we like, and we're adding texture. And texture's not Texas? Got it. Well, let's get to some of the art examples. Now, in these art examples, all the artists in this group are mostly using animals as their subject matter. Doesn't mean they always worked with animals as a subject matter, yet for these pieces, they are. Some will be abstract, like the two on the screen now. The pig's kind of abstract with that purple grape color. The chicken, same deal. Some will be realistic. Yet what I want you to think about is what kind of textures can we add to our artwork? With the chicken, if we decide to do a chicken, we put fake feathers. What about the pig? What kind of texture would we add to our artwork? Here's our first artist. This is Bill Traylor. Now, Bill Traylor was a former slave, and later in his life, he turned to art to start expressing his life. And a lot of times, as we're going to see here, they're going to have animals. Favorite color being blue, such as this blue blueberry like cat. How about the squirrel here and the chicken? Not a lot of details in the artwork. They're almost just colored in with one color, yet beautiful pieces of artwork. This is Franz Marc. Franz Marc seems to love horses, kind of abstract in cubism shapes and with the blue blueberry color for the horses. Let's move into some of our Native American art. I absolutely love this Pacific Northwest fish with the designs inside of it, and there is a totem pole carved out of wood. These are petroglyphs. These are done by Native Americans. Not only were they done by Native Americans, they were done elsewhere. Here we have a lizard and some other animals on the side of like a mountain. Let's move on to some of the other ones. This is a petroglyph from Africa of a giraffe. Like I said, it's carved into the stone. I wonder how old these are. This is Clementine Hunter and a chicken. And we have the chicken in the art piece helping her to farm. Chicken looks gigantic in the painting. This is Rosa Bonheur. Now the dog painting she has here looks super realistic. Even the texture of the hair kind of looks furry and soft. Up above is the lions and their cubs. I wonder what kind of texture for that. Maybe yarn? This is Henri Rousson doing these fantasy pictures of outside. Now, is that an orangutan? An ape? Wonder what species. You have to love all the leaves, all these green mint leaves in the artwork. I love the one on the bottom of the tiger stalking out in the wind. Up above look like monkeys in the trees. Let's move over to Mexico. These are carved in wood. Looks like a cat and an armadillo with these bright colors. Here's a Mexicano yarn painting. We've done these in the 3rd grade. This one is of a bird. It's got these bright colors with the purple grape, and the TV screen has a person actually making one. Neat. This is Lois Mailou Jones. Talk about bright colors in these animals, and almost necessary just the primary colors. Anybody spot the cat on her shoulder as she paints? Let's move over to some art from China. Here is a piece of artwork of a panda bear and one in the TV screen. Looks like they're looking at each other, hanging out in the bamboo tree eating. I'll tell you, the piece of artwork looks super realistic. Can't tell them apart almost. Here is a piece of artwork from Japan of the tiger. Same deal with the tiger. The art piece looks just as real. It's got the same bright colors of that lemon and orangey colors, lemon yellow and orange. Here's a piece of artwork from Vietnam. A little bit less realistic with the colors being used in the pigs with the green mint. This is the artist Robert Wyland. Loves doing ocean scenes and water scenes. These are some of the murals with giant stingrays and dolphins and manatees. Interesting light source too, because sometimes the light will not be seen because it's shining through the water. Sometimes it'll be above the water. Here are some from underneath the water showing the ocean life. I even have a video behind it showing the coral reef. A whole bunch of dolphins. And like I said, the sunlight is coming from up above through the water, so it has a different feel to it. It has to go through all those layers of underwater. Beautiful stuff. Now, what are you thinking about for your texture to add to your animal? First things first, you have to think about what animal do you want to make? Do you want to make a scene with your animal, an environment? Is it going to have trees? Is it going to be a jungle? Is it going to be a water scene? Maybe you're going to do one of my favorite animals, an octopus. Maybe you're going to do a horse like Franz Marc. Maybe you're going to do a cat like Bill Traylor. Maybe you're going to do bright colors like we saw with Lois Mailou Jones. Maybe yours is going to be more realistic like Rosa Bonheur. After you figure out your favorite animal and the style and the environment, you really got to start thinking about texture. Is it going to be yarn? Is it going to be glitter? Is it going to be glue? Is it going to be cotton? Is it going to be tissue paper? There's so many things. Well, let's get to work.